Just like every sport in the 21st century, fashion, style, and swag are major parts of the NFL. We see players pull off the sickest signature gloves, helmets, custom gloves, and other stuff that will have your 5-year-old asking, "Dad, can I have custom cleats like OBJ?" Well, sometimes these looks aren't seen as cool by the NFL, as some might cause harm, disrupt games, or might not just seem fit to the higher authorities. So what do they do to stop them from the pitches? They send the athletes that wear them to the prison of Azkaban. Hold up, they place bans on them, yeah!
Wow! Beautiful!
Here are some accessories that have been restricted and seen as illegal by the NFL over the years. Bandanas, do-rags, and headbands. Unlike the classic football days when bandanas were allowed in the game, the NFL has placed a complete embargo on all kinds of headwear underneath the protective helmet. So whether it's a $1 million Gucci headband or the first hanky your toddler used, putting it on in an NFL game attracts heavy fines. Not until 2001, plain-colored bandanas were allowed in games, but due to the growth of gang affiliations with these kind of wares, especially bandanas, the authorities decided to scrap them out. According to the NFL operational manual thingy, the way players dress sends messages to the viewers out there, and to protect their reputation and retain their PG viewer licenses, they had to stop this kind of stuff in the league. The recent player to go against this was New Orleans' linebacker, Demario Davis. You see, in 2019, Demario was seen rocking a headband underneath his helmet that had "Man of God" printed on it. Of course, the NFL didn't act blind and jammed him with a $7,000 fine. However, Demario was able to escape this when he proved that the headband he rocked was for a charitable cause. But after the incident, Demario never wore the headband again during a game. Dark visors. Dark visors were starting to become a thing in the NFL, with most stars having their lenses a little bit tinted or all black. But the authorities weren't having it, and banned it, with exceptions to those who had viable health reasons to rock them. For example, Randall McDaniel was one of the first stars to rock a dark visor to a game. The Hall of Famer had explained to the press during an interview that he had a black eye before the game, and didn't want the media, paparazzi, press, my channel, and the internet to have a view of what it was like. So he had dark visors on during the next game. I got poked in the eye the Friday before I was going to start my first game, and I didn't want anyone to see the big patch over my left eye. So the equipment guy, Dennis Ryan, walked in with his dark shield attached to my helmet and said, "No one will know you had a patch on your eye now." Odell Beckham Jr. back in 2019 was up against the Jets, and boy was he cooking! He had 6 catches for 161 yards and a touchdown just in the first half. But the thing was that my man OBJ was rocking dark lens visors, and after a spectacular one-handed catch, the officials had him removed from the game to go change the visors. Everyone in the game wasn't getting what was poppin' at first, but it was after the game OBJ revealed what transpired between him and the referees. OBJ didn't get fined, but surely wasn't comfortable being asked to go change his lenses. Cleats that don't match the team's uniform. Cleats have become very essential parts of footballing. Apart from the fact that they are used while playing, they have become means of passing messages, showing affiliations and stuff. But the NFL has a strict policy, and of course, hearty fines for players that don't have on cleats that match with the uniform. Back when Yeezys were the happenings of the fashion industry, Von Miller rocked Yeezy cleats to a pre-game warm-up. He escaped fines, but the next defaulter didn't, DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe Hopkins thought the league won't have their eyes on him like Miller, so he decided to rock Yeezy sneakers to an actual game. Yeah, my man was looking paying and stuff, but Nuck got fined $6,000 for this. After paying off the penalty, he said he'll keep wearing the Yeezys if Kanye West would pay off the fines for him. Although Kanye might be a billionaire, man wasn't ready to pay $6,000 for the rest of the season. A uniform breach discussion won't be complete without having OBJ in mind. The man once rocked custom Joker cleats, but he got off lightly the first time. Yeah, OBJ did him again. Some games after Beckham wore cleats dedicated to the late analyst Craig Sager, and the NFL weren't letting their homeboy off this time. He got fined $18,000 by the league because they weren't in his team's colors. Watches. Whenever you see a case of an NFL regulation breach, go deeper. And trust me, you'll see OBJ in the list. The league doesn't prohibit the use of jewelry during games, but there is a prohibition of hard ones. I mean, watches, rings, blings. Well, back in 2019, OBJ did something the league won't forget. He wore a very expensive Richard Mille watch on one of his games. That watch at that time had a retail price of $250,000. That's more than what I get paid in a year! The league reviewed their laws and reminded OBJ that he couldn't wear it because of the materials used to make it. But what did he say? I'll still be wearing it. OBJ went full hood mode and reminded the NFL that they couldn't stop his shine. The next week, OBJ pulled up with a more expensive Richard Mille watch. This time, it was approximately $2 million. Wow! However, Beckham didn't wear it on the pitch. He just had it on during his pregame warm-up. Short socks. The no short socks rule might be related to the authorities trying to release incidences of cramps. But although it's a player safety rule, they still hit heavy for offenders. While with the 49ers, Frank Gore received a $10,500 fine for wearing short socks. And even in 2020, Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers got fined $5,000 for being spotted with socks not up to knee level. Still, on the same sock situation, the NFL has also placed a ban on players having alternate colors to the team uniform. They don't take it easy on not putting on uniform colors. Jalen Ramsey, quarterback of the Rams, was once fined $10,000 for putting on the wrong color of socks during the game. Ramsey didn't take it lightly with the authorities and the media, as he claimed that they were all about what the players wore and didn't really care about their safety. If we want to go out there and look good, and it ain't hurting the integrity of the game, why y'all fining me $10,000 for my socks? If you want to think about protecting guys, not damn socks! Jalen told the press that he was still going to keep swagging, but he didn't wear the wrong socks after this fine. I'm sure he had some talks with his coaching staff. Face mask. Okay, face masks in the NFL were constants, but in 2014, after a study released from the University of New Hampshire, non-standard face masks became illegal in the league. They explained that these masks could be dangerous when worn without any valid reason. So, exemptions were created for players with health conditions, like Justin Tuck, who has had neck issues over the years and had his mask covering that area also, and Chris Canty of the Baltimore Ravens, who sustained an eye injury back in 2005. Short pants. To round off our list today, we have the prohibition of short pants. The NFL doesn't allow pants that go below the knee. Even if some players use very long socks as compliments, players that get caught are usually asked to change them, or might, unfortunately, get fined. Of course, OBJ violated this law, and he got hit with a $14,000 fine. Damn, this dude might have a budget allocation for fine penalties. Jerry Hughes was also caught violating this rule, but he got a lighter $5,000 fine. If the NFL gave awards for the most laws breached, OBJ would be a constant MVP, cause the man has no mercy on these laws. That's the end of our video today. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, else you might be the next prohibition of the NFL. See you next time.